Betrayal can be both an excellent way to jumpstart a vengeance plot, or a great twist to a series that shatters all the main characters held dear. If you're looking for an anime recommendation where the main character gets betrayed and comes back filled with piss, vinegar, and fury, then watch this video. So welcome back to Animeology, and today we will show you the top 10 anime where weak main characters get stronger after being betrayed. Before we begin, be sure to drop a like and subscribe down below for more anime top 10s, and without further ado, let's get right into the video. Starting off our list at number 10, Finland Saga. While Finland Saga focuses more on the politics of the world, the story of the main character is very much a story of betrayal and vengeance. His father was murdered by the very Vikings that took him afterwards and raised him. He has not forgotten, but his feelings about vengeance have gotten a little muddier. Finland Saga is very engrossing with a rich culture and preaches to the elements of historical fiction. This anime adapts a story to get us familiar with its Viking world, the harsh life of Thorfinn Throsson, and what it means to survive. The great Viking, Thor's, heralded warrior of the terrifying Jomsvikings, believed he had left that life behind him. Having fled north with his wife and infant daughter, he began a new life of simple labor and honest rewards, content with his pursuit of a new, peaceful kind of happiness. But the forces that drive this world do not relinquish their chains quite so easily, and soon, Thor finds the past sailing back into his harbor. How Thor's response to this call will alter the course of history and set his son Thorfinn on a journey taking him through hell and back, all in pursuit of justice, revenge, and that far distant land of plenty, Finland. Up next at number 9, Gankutsuo. Gankutsuo, being an anime reimagining of the Count of Monte Cristo, one of the greatest tales of revenge in literature, is unsurprisingly all about vengeance. Interestingly enough, if you consider the naive Albert, the main character, his betrayal is rather minor. His betrayal is that he is a tool for the Count, a man so fiercely betrayed by noble society, as well as the woman he loves, that he, in this version, allows a demon to take him and give his fury wings. Gankutsuo is about revenge, and more revenge. It's a tale of lost love, unrequited love, friendships, and betrayals. It does a very good job of portraying the actual novel, even with the setting so vastly different from the original. The story takes place in the future, in a period where people take vacations on the moon, and aliens may very well be your next-door neighbor. Gankutsuo is one of the best anime I've seen in a very long time. It's the first anime that has compelled me to watch the whole thing in one sitting. The art is innovative, the story is intricately woven, the characters are believable, and the suspense keeps you on the edge of your seat, wanting more. Coming in at number 8, Code Geass. As a political thriller surrounding rebellion, betrayal is literally everywhere in Code Geass. Lelouch himself started the rebellion because he was betrayed by his father and empire. He then betrays friends and allies to make ends meet. Those around him caught up in the war betray others. Lelouch is a devil in disguise main protagonist character from Code Geass. Born as the 11th prince and then having his mother assassinated and then disinherited by his father, Emperor Charles Z. Britannia, Lelouch has a deep-rooted hatred for his family. Lelouch, although seemingly very likable to his peers, hides his true nature and is willing to sacrifice his comrades and even use them as bait to get his desired results. Despite that, Lelouch cares deeply for his loved ones. He's a very cool character, and despite his villainy nature, has some compassion for his friends. Number 7. Roka, Braves of the Six Flowers. You know that game Among Us? This anime is essentially like that. Long ago, the powerful and evil Maijin appeared. Spawning terrible monsters called Kyuma, the Maijin brought the human race to near extinction. Despair, pain, and sadness swept the world, until the goddess of fate intervened. She chose 6 heroes known as the Braves, who have the power to defeat the Maijin and drive it into hiding. Whenever Maijin threatened to come back and plunge the world into darkness once again, a new generation of Braves would appear, armed and ready for battle. So again, this time 6 heroes are chosen to fight the Demon Lord, but 7 people show up to do it. Naturally, they think the extra person is there on behalf of the Demon Lord to kill them. The main character is then accused of trying to kill the heroes, and being betrayed by his comrades and hunted down as suspicion spreads like wildfire. If you're an anime fan, you're sure to find something to like in Roka. There's the Mesoamerican fantasy setting, the well-choreographed fight scenes, and the mind-boggling mystery plot. The anime does a good job balancing these, so you won't feel shortchanged no matter what type of fan you are. Number 6. Devilman Crybaby. Akira Fudo is a high schooler with one of the biggest hearts, never crying for his own faults, but weeps when a friend is in dire straits. Living under the same roof with star runner Miki Makimura and her family, Akira lives day to day doing the right thing while his parents travel the world with their medical know-how. One day, his old friend Ryo Asuka appears out of nowhere, informing Akira about an ancient race of demons bent on world domination. Upon entering a drug and sex-crazed party, Ryo wakes up the demon inside of Akira, resulting in not just the rebirth of Devilman, but a whole new persona for the usual goody two-shoes. The betrayal in Devilman is not revealed towards the end, but that is actually quite a massive spoiler, so I'm going to keep it on the hush-hush. While the twist of it you might not see coming, the betrayal itself you definitely will. Let's just say friendships are tested, and you see them degrade. Up next at number 5, 91 Days.
コルテオの仇を討つつもりだったのか。
Avilio Bruno is an enigmatic young man who received a letter from an unknown sender. The letter expresses the writer's intention to help Avilio get revenge for the brutal murder of his family at the hands of 4 individuals of the Venetti family 7 years prior. Knowing that he has support, Avilio returns to his hometown of Lawless in order to infiltrate the Venetti family and punish the individuals responsible for the deaths of his mother, father, and little brother all those years ago. The quest for revenge is Avilio's response to the initial betrayal expressed by his father, Testa Lagusa, courtesy of the Venetti family, people with whom he had supposedly had a long working relationship. This betrayal left Avilio without a family and fueled his rage. Cold and calculating as an adult, Avilio does not even flinch at the prospect of betraying others in order to achieve his goals, and even executes simulated betrayals with frightening conviction and finesse. The gangster life chose him. At number 4, Guilty Crown. The thing about betrayal in Guilty Crown, in which I won't go into specific details, is that Shu kind of deserved it. It comes after a time of him acting like a true tyrant to the people around him. This makes it difficult to feel too sorry for him, which in itself is an interesting twist of the betrayal trope. In the anime, there is a girl, Inori Yutsuhira, a key member of Funeral Parlor, who runs into the weak and unsociable main character Shuyu Aoma during a crucial operation, which results in him becoming stronger and obtaining the Power of Kings, an ability which allows the wielder to draw out the manifestations of an individual's personality, or voids. Now an unwilling participant in the struggle against GHQ, Shu must learn to control his newfound power if he is to help take back Japan once and for all. Guilty Crown follows the action-packed story of a young high school student who is dragged into a war. While possessing an ability that will help him uncover the secrets of GHQ, Funeral Parlor, and Lost Christmas. However, he will soon learn that the truth comes at a far greater price than he could have ever imagined. Number 3. The Heroic Legend of Arslan. The Heroic Legend of Arslan is the story of Prince Arslan, the heir to the Kingdom of Pars, a fictional land that's very much influenced by Persian history and culture. Pars is caught up in a war with the Kingdom of Lusitania, who proselytize their faith violently, attacking other nations to force them to convert to their religion. But Pars too has its own evils to worry about, as the institution of slavery is in full force, and slaves seemingly take up a very large percentage of the working population. Lusitania has gained lots of ground on the, at the time, unbeaten Parsian army, and seized the capital of the country as well as the king, and Arslan's father. Arslan himself must gather his forces, key allies, as well as his own strength to fight back both Lusitania and the elements of Parsian society he wishes to reform. This anime has fantastic and interesting characters who actually develop through the anime. Arslan himself is a very interesting character who grows throughout the entire series. The voice acting and art are of very good quality, and the story is really interesting. Great mix of drama, comedy, and action. Number 2. Yona of the Dawn.
亡き父上の思いに仲間たちに報いるために
The story is quite simple. Firstly, the story revolves around Yona, who is a princess who is hopelessly in love with her cousin, Suwon. But soon she got to know Suwon's real side. Suwon murdered Yona's father and witnessed all that and couldn't do a thing. She was left traumatized and wasn't able to save herself, but her loyal servant who guarded her, Hack, came to her rescue. Hack was able to rescue Princess Yona away from the enemy, but now they are wandering from one place to another. But Yona's role isn't as simple as it seems. She's part of the legend of creation of the Kalka Kingdom. The storyline of Yona of the Dawn comes with great action and fighting scenes. Even though they don't have magical powers, they have really good fights. The fights become more interesting when the dragon warriors are involved. And then comes the wonderful animation. Some of the best I've really ever seen so far. And lastly, the characters. The main characters are so entertaining that I could watch this over and over again. And finally, at number 1, Gungrave. Gungrave switches between a mafia story flashback and the dystopian sci-fi world of vengeance that is a character's present. Revenge is a dish best served cold. Cold as the unliving. Based on the hit PlayStation 2 video games during the early 2000s, Gungrave, created by Yosuhiro Naito from Trigun, is about a slain mafia hitman Brandon Heat, who, through the help of necrolization, returns from the dead. Well equipped with twin high-velocity pistols called Cerebus and a coffin, with a few surprises, Brandon, now dubbed Beyond the Grave, seeks revenge against Millennium, a criminal organization ran by the man responsible for killing him, his best friend, Harry McDowell. The 25-episode animated series might share familiarity with concepts that range from Hong Kong and sci-fi cinema, as well as mainstream mangas and comics. However, it's the brilliant storyline that is Gungrave's strongest asset.